A mainstay in many an AutoCAD user's daily workflow is the external reference, or XREF. So you may be wondering if Revit has this critical functionality. Well, the answer is yes, it does. Revit has links which are functionally equivalent to XREFs in nearly all ways. So I'm in a file here called Office, and I've got two tiled windows open, the site plan on my left and a 3D perspective view on my right. And there's already one link file in this file here. So if I move my mouse around here on screen in the site plan, you can see that these are individual objects. These are roofs and there's some skylights here and so forth. But if I come out to here and I click, you can see that the entire site plan highlights as a single piece. That's a Revit link, which again is functionally equivalent to an XREF. So in other words, just like an XREF, what happens is you take one Revit project and you link it into a second Revit project, and the link will maintain a connection back to the original file. So you can see over here with this selected that on the properties palette, it says that the object I have selected here is a linked Revit model, and it's called buildingsite.rvt. That's the name of the Revit file. And if another user were to make changes to the building site file, I could then reload and update those changes here in my current project. So for example, if I wanted to open up that site plan and maybe add some more trees over here, then we could reload it back here in the office and we would see those trees. Now, one thing that's a little different about links and XREFs is you can't have both the host and the link open at the same time in the same session of Revit. So if I want to make that change and add the trees, what I have to actually do is close this project and then open the building site file separately. Now you can see it over here, and I'll just select one of these trees, go to copy, do multiple, and I'm just going to create some additional trees over here. I'm going to close this file. When it prompts me to save, I'll say yes. And then here are my recent files. I'll reopen the Office and pay attention in the corner here, and you'll see that it automatically reloaded and brought in all of those trees. So that's a really simple example. Now, if you're working in the file and somebody else is working in the site file and you want to reload the changes, you don't have to close and reopen. What you can actually do is go to the Insert tab and use the Manage Links dialog right here, where you can select the file. And then down here, you have some reload options. You can reload it from its existing location, or you can use reload from to point to another version of the file. Reload from is handy if you're getting the file from an outside firm and they send you an update every so often. You could point to that new update that they sent you via Dropbox or however you share files. So I'm going to cancel out of here, and let's look at the process to add another link. So I'm going to go to the View tab, tile my windows again, and right out here in this area of this 3D view, there's a tower element, and that same area is right here. And if I zoom in a little, you can see that there's these 4 spotlights right here. And what I want to do is bring in that tower element, and that's actually in a separate file. So let's just walk through the steps of how we create a new link in the first place. So we'll go to Insert, click on the Link Revit button, select the file that we want to link in. Down here, we've got the option to change how it's positioned. Now, if I choose the default of center to center, I'll have to move it because it'll just center the file on screen somewhere. What I'm going to do is choose the origin to origin option to get it to go into exactly the correct location. And when I click open here, you're going to see the tower appear here and over here in both views. And once again, it's now a Revit link. So if the person working on the tower makes any changes, I can go back to Manage Link and update those changes. So as you can see, with the exception of not being able to open both the host and the link at the same time, in all other ways, Revit links are functionally equivalent to AutoCAD XREFs.